Are you guys ready to talk all about WYN Beauty from Serena Williams? If you're not, get ready because that's what we're doing in this video. So I happened upon WYN Beauty on the Sephora app. I had no idea that Serena Williams was launching a makeup brand. So when I saw it pop up on my homepage at Ulta, I was like, what is this? What is going on? So you know how you get on your Ulta app or the website and it shows you the latest and greatest. Either it's a new launch from an existing brand, or sometimes it's an existing brand that is now available at Ulta Beauty, so they will be sure to promote that they now carry the line. Or in this case, which is a really exciting case, there is a new brand and it is exclusive at Ulta, as is the case with WYN Beauty. So when I saw this pop up, you know, I am nosy. I had to check it out. So I went online, I checked out all the products, and then I went in store and a time was had. I grabbed a few products from the line. And by a few, I mean quite a few products. I grabbed every product that was available on the shelves to test out for you guys in this video. So if you want to hear all about WYN Beauty, about the brand, about the products that have launched, see swatches and see demonstrations and just hear my thoughts, then let's go ahead and jump right into it. I'm gonna start out by telling you about the brand and also have Serena tell you in her own words. So from the brand, it says, your strength, your beauty. WYN Beauty was developed by Serena Williams as makeup you can move in. We believe in the beauty of showing up as the best version of yourself, so we make products for life, not just a photo finish. This intention is at the core of our formulas, made with clean, high-performing ingredients that work beautifully and keep skin improving for days. We're committed to living in color with confidence. I love that little tagline. Our products were formulated, tested, and perfected with deeper skin tones as the starting point, meaning everyone will find their match. And I'm actually really excited to hear that from a brand. Usually, and this came up recently with another brand that we will not mention, but you guys know, but usually deeper skin tones are an afterthought for brands. They will launch a collection, launch a brand new line of complexion products, and the deeper skin tones are added later because they're doing a use case. They're seeing how the products will fare on the market, pun intended, before they expand the range and include deeper skin tones. And usually that goes along with rage marketing as well. To me, these brands know what they're doing. They release a range with limited deeper skin tones. They hear the outrage from consumers, and then they launch this extended range, right? So they already get the publicity, the hype, and then in turn, it can work in their favor because the product is so hyped, even though it's hyped in a negative way. So I love that this brand is focusing on deeper skin tones first and then widening the range to include everyone else. I love to see it. So about the founder, Serena Williams. If you don't already know who Serena Williams is, she is one of, if not the best tennis player in the world. And I'm saying tennis player across the board, not limiting it to a female tennis player. I think she's just one of the best. She's the GOAT. Let's be real about it. So it says, throughout her tennis career, Serena Williams was known to paint the court red and pink, lavender, even leopard print. And we know from her outfits that she wore to her different matches. Remember that full-on denim outfit? That was a moment, okay? Her drive to give her best has always been coupled with self-expression through beauty. From the beaded braids back in '99, nails that grew bolder each season, to a cat eye that became her signature look. The world has seen her most intense moment of focus, joy, and vulnerability. Part of her story has always been personal. Serena has proven that beauty is active and that its power is to make a statement without saying a word. Now, as a passionate investor and mom of 2, she's using her voice in new places and inviting others to join her. And when I say I was excited to see this brand launch, I am not understating that fact. We haven't seen a celebrity Black-owned brand in a while, since Fenty. Let's be honest, Fenty is one of the only Black-owned celebrity brands, and we're not talking about celebrity makeup artists. We're not talking about Danessa Myricks and Pat McGrath. We're talking about like a celebrity that genuinely is passionate about makeup, launching her own line, and therefore involving us in the conversation with deeper skin tones, richer tan skin. We are the center. We're the focus point of the brand. And I love to see it because this gives us a chance to shine, right? To find products that actually work for a skin tone, because we have someone behind the brand that has shared experiences. So it's great to see this new launch, and I had to go in store. So I went on a shopping trip to Ulta. I went in store, I saw the full display, and like I said, I grabbed quite a few products. So let's go ahead and shop with me at Ulta.
Hi Ulta Beauty shoppers, Serena Williams here. I'm so excited to share my new cosmetics brand, WYN Beauty. It just launched at Ulta Beauty. We created a line of clean, high-performing formulas that are powered by serious hydration and wear beautifully all day. These products are built for life, not just for photo finish. Our skin tint each new delivers up to 72 hours of continuous hydration and 36 shades that deliver a natural, weightless finish and SPF 30 protection. Add a natural wash of color with most versatile pigment, a blendable, wearable, lip, and cheek multi-master. Or try our super comfortable matte lipstick, Word of Mouth, for smooth, bold color in one sweat. Ready to win? Check out my collection today.
Now, one of the things that hit me right away was the bold color that WYN Beauty chose for their packaging and the display at Ulta. And it was intentional. So meet WYN Chartreuse. WYN Beauty is wrapped in a color that means a lot to Serena. WYN Chartreuse represents energy and determination. Holding WYN in your hands is an invitation to own the strength in your beauty. And I love that about the brand. And let's be honest, this chartreuse color reminds us of tennis balls, which is what Serena Williams is known for. So it just makes sense for her brand. And like I said, I picked up products from each of the different categories available from this line. So first up is the complexion product in the line. This is the Hydrating Skin Enhancing Tint SPF 30, available in 36 shades. There are different shade ranges. So we have light, light medium, medium, medium deep, and deep. And what I will warn you about with this complexion product is that it oxidizes. So go lighter than you think. Just looking at the product in the bottle, you won't be able to choose your shade. And I'm gonna prove that by swatching out the shade that I thought would be my matching shade. So I picked up 360 next, which is described as medium, deep, warm golden. So I thought, oh, this shade is gonna be the perfect shade for me. So I swatched that shade along with some of the lighter shades just to see what my match would be. So I also swatched 345 Flow, which is medium, deep olive. That to me was also a contender. Then we have 330 Pinnacle, which is medium, warm golden, as well as 315 Curiosity, which is a warm olive. And then for good measure, shade 300 Aware, which is a medium shade with balanced neutral undertones. And with the initial swatch, it looked like any of these shades could match my skin tone. I just had to find the right undertone. So I went ahead and said, all right, let me swatch out the warm golden and olive shades. So we have 360, like I said, next, and the 345 Flow, which have different undertones. And I was like, all right, these are gonna be it. So I swatched them out. I blended them out on my skin. And thankfully I did that, because once they were blended out, I realized that they were way too rich for my skin tone. And I ended up picking up shade 315 Curiosity, which is one of the lighter shades. I didn't expect that to be my shade. But once I swatched it out, blended it out on my skin, it was a perfect match. So that's the shade that I picked up. And this foundation retails for $29 and contains the usual 1 fluid ounce of product or 30 milliliters, and $29 is a really good price point for this skin tint. I think it was an excellent price point for Serena to come in with. So it's called the Featuring You Hydrating Skin Enhancing Tint with SPF 30, and the details say our skin tint enhances skin with buildable coverage and a natural radiant finish. Formulated with invisible sun protection and our truly unstoppable Hydra Complex, which is trademarked, the lightweight formula delivers up to 72 hours of hydration. And again, by trial and error, I fall into the medium range. So we also have medium, deep, and deep shades that come after me. I am shade 315 Curiosity, which is described as a medium shade with olive undertones, which is perfect, spot on for my complexion. And the packaging for this foundation is, of course, the bright chartreuse from the box straight down to the foundation component. It is a little bit of a different design for the bottle. It is like a capsule or a pill-shaped bottle that is coated in this bright chartreuse. You lift the cap and you will see the black pump. And there is a clear bottle insert, so you can see the shade that you're picking up. And it says to shake well before use, so of course make sure you shake it. On the bottom we have the product label in black and white, and it just says the shade number. It gives the size and information as well as manufacturing details. And this one won't have an intended usage life. It will have instead an expiration date on the box. For this, my expiration date is 11/25. So you're getting about 18 months of shelf life from this product. And that expiration date is for the SPF that is included. And this product is made in the USA. The active ingredients, which is the sunscreen ingredients, are avobenzone 3%, homosalate at 10%, octisalate at 5%, and octocrylene at 7%. And as with all SPF complexion products, I wouldn't rely on this solely for your sun protection. Layer this over your existing sunscreen. That way you can apply enough product between your regular sunscreen and the skin tint to get the sunscreen protection. So I'm gonna shake well and demonstrate this product on my skin so you can see how it applies, how it melts, and what the skin tone match is like. And for reference, let's show you what my skin looks like before we apply this foundation. For reference, I have oily combination skin, leaning more into oily, but there's some parts of my skin that lean a little bit more on the normal side. But overall, I tend to get very oily throughout the day. I'm just a grease bucket, so I consider my skin to be oily. I have enlarged pores around my T-zone, especially by my nose in that cheek area. My pores sink to the heavens, okay? My nose gets very oily as well. And I do have some hyperpigmentation, especially under my eyes. I have dark under eyes, but also around my mouth. So I do seek coverage in my complexion products, but overall my skin isn't so discolored or so uneven that I require full coverage foundation. Medium for me is just fine. So let's go ahead and apply this foundation. Of course, I'm going to shake the bottle as they recommend, and I'm going to use 2 pumps. I'm going to apply this with a synthetic brush. I'm using my Refer BO2 brush. This is a synthetic natural hair blend. It will absorb less product because of the bristle type, and it's perfect for liquid and cream products. So I'm just gonna pick this product up with the brush and apply it directly to my skin. And right away you can see that it is a great skin tone match. Initial application, it looks a little light, but once you blend it in, it's gonna deepen and darken. It doesn't oxidize later in the day. It oxidizes right away. You don't have to wait for a dry down or anything. Once you start blending it, it shows you the true color of the product. So don't be too scared about trying to find your match in store. Swatch it on the back of your hands and just blend it out. Blend it out completely, and then you'll see the true color. But once you start blending this, the color will show up and it glides over the skin. It's not a thin, runny product as with a face and body. It has a more creamy or viscous texture to it. So it's a thicker formula. It doesn't feel extremely heavy on the skin though, so don't be too scared about how thick and creamy the formula is, but it's going to glide over your skin like a typical foundation would, like a liquid foundation with a little bit of body to it. And it blends really easily, really beautifully. It just melts into the skin like skincare, and that's what I would equate it to. Tinted skincare. Not so much a foundation product, more of a skincare product with a tint. It really adds hydration, and my skin is extremely glowy after application. It looks hydrated, but it looks shiny as all get out. It is a really glowy product. That natural radiant finish that they mentioned is not a joke. I don't even think I would call it naturally radiant. It's just radiant. It is glowy, but it's not glittery, not shiny. It's just glowy. It is definitely a radiant product. I look hydrated out the wazoo. I look oily, actually. This is what my oils do to my natural skin. So not my perfect finish, but I'm going to try to build this up with my fingers just to see how it applies with your fingers. Because like the brand says, this is meant to be makeup that is easy, it's on the go, it's for a life on the move. So I'm applying this with my finger because I know some people like to apply their complexion products with their fingers. And just so you know, it applies really well with the fingers. In fact, it probably applies even better than with a brush. So I would say if you're a finger person, go ahead and apply this with your hands. Again, it applies like skincare, blends in really well. It's a beautiful product. It looks beautiful on the skin. If the radiant finish is what you go for, it is not, however, what I go for. But I find that it doesn't accentuate like my larger pores. It doesn't make my skin look any more textured than it is. My skin just looks really greasy. And that sounds bad, but it does. It looks really hydrated. Like I put on my nighttime skincare, like I'm slugging. That's what it looks like, which is not necessarily a bad thing, but for me, the shine I have to kind of set down. That is just too much oiliness for me, but it's a beautiful product. It looks beautiful on the skin. If this is your type of finish, this is a great finish. So next up is the concealer, which is the second complexion offering in the lineup. This is the Nothing to See Soft Matte Creamy Concealer. It retails for $20, which is a great price point again, and you get 5.5 milliliters of product or 0.18 fluid ounce, which is not a ton of product, but it's in line with some of the other concealers on the market, especially at that price point. It is available in 20 shades. And again, we have shades that are light, light medium, medium, medium deep, and deep. And like with the foundation, I went ahead and swatched out a couple of the shades that I thought would be my match. And since I already confirmed that my skin tone match is 315, I went straight for 315 in the concealer as well, and I swatched the shades next to it. So 315 is Fulfill. It's a medium deep shade with olive undertones. I also swatched 300 Shift. This is a medium deep shade with a neutral golden undertones. Then we have 285 Develop, which is a medium deep shade with cool undertones, probably not my match. And then 270 Happen, which is a medium shade now with olive undertones. And from swatching these out, I'm telling you right away, 315, perfect shade match for me, which is what I typically gravitate towards. That's just my preference, to use a concealer that is my skin tone match. But I wanted to try one of the lighter shades as well. So I grabbed 270 Happen, which is that medium shade with an olive undertone. So I have the medium deep with the olive undertones, which is Fulfill 315, and then the lighter shade 270, which is medium with olive undertones. And I will read what it says on the website. WYN Beauty Nothing to See Soft Matte Creamy Concealer provides buildable, medium coverage with a soft matte finish in 20 shades. The cream to powder Longwear formula blends seamlessly, while our truly unstoppable Hydra Complex delivers up to 72 hours of hydration. And for this component, the chartreuse is in the cap. So it's a clear concealer tube. So you can see the shade, of course, with the chartreuse cap. The label is on the bottom with the shade number, manufacturing details, as well as the intended usage life, which in this case is 12 months. The concealer has a flat doe foot applicator that's really soft, really flexible, makes applying this product a breeze. And I think the design of the sifter and the paddle applicator allows you to apply just the right amount of product. So I'm gonna go in with the slider shade 270 under one of my eyes, and also to my forehead area, as well as just down the center of my nose, because this lighter shade is a highlighter shade. I would not use this typically. Like I said, I am a skin tone match concealer girly. I prefer to match my concealer rather than use it as a brightening or highlighting product. But we're gonna do it for the sake of science. I'm going in with my perfect shade match around my mouth and also under the other eye, just so you can see the difference. And I'm blending this out with a foundation brush from Fenty Beauty. This is the 110 brush, and it's a flat paddle style synthetic brush. And I'll just blend out the concealer around my mouth. And let me tell you right now, this blends out so easily. Oh my goodness, I was really surprised about how blendable the concealer is. Then we'll blend out in my forehead, under my eyes, and down the bridge of my nose. Now, as I said, this product blends out really easily. It sets down though, so if you have it sitting on your skin, it will kind of dry down a little bit, but it will still give you time to blend it out. It doesn't just set in place and it's immovable. It will move around with your brush, but if you want to have it sit on your face just a little bit, it will give you a little bit more coverage. And again, it just blends so easily on the skin, and it gives me the right amount of coverage. It blanks out my under eyes. It covers up my hyperpigmentation where the skin tint kind of fell short. The skin tint has, to me, more of a light medium coverage, but the concealer comes in to hit those spots where you need added coverage. And I'm telling you right now, this concealer, fantastic. And that soft natural matte finish is spot on. It really is a cream to powder because it sets down without you kind of having to set it down. It is excellent. I didn't think it would be a great match for the skin tint because the skin tint is so glowy and this is a matte, so it's like, how do they match up? Because you're gonna see the contrast, but it actually almost mattifies the skin tint a little bit, so it makes it less glowy on my skin. They mesh and meld together really well, but this concealer on its own or with another foundation works really well. Like chef's kiss, excellent. And the shade matches. Like I said, that olive undertone for both my matching shade 315 and then the lighter shade 270 work great. They work great. Great coverage. It just sets really well. It blends really well. It gives me the coverage that I need. I really love this concealer. All right, let's talk about the brow pencil, which is actually the first product that I applied. I went ahead and grabbed one of the brow pencils in the deepest shade. So this is the Take and Shape Brow Shading Pencil, available in 3 shades. It retails for $19 and contains 0.17 grams of product or 0.006 ounces. And it says, our brow shading pencil frames and defines eyebrows with its flexible hold formula and grooming spoolie. The versatile triangle tip creates fine hair-like strokes and shades sparse eyebrows without tugging. And what I'll say right away is that the shade range is kind of limited, with only 3 shades available, where you have a blonde, a taupe, and a dark brown. It's not really versatile, so you have to be cool with one of those shades. If you're a redhead, if you have dark, rich brows like I do, you're just gonna have to settle with the dark brown, which is not really that dark. But either way, I was able to grab one of the shades. I grabbed dark brown, of course, because what else was I gonna grab? And like it says, this is a triangle shape or a wedge shape pencil, so it's one of those broader shape pencils. It's not really going to give you fine lines. I don't care what they say, it's never gonna give you fine lines, but it will shade in your brows, which I have kind of been gravitating towards myself. This is of course a chartreuse pencil with a color swatch on the tip where the brow pencil is. Shade name and manufacturing details are on the pencil itself, and this one was made in Korea with an intended usage life of 18 months. Like I said, there's a spoolie on one end, which is actually really great for brushing through the brows, and then you have a thin wedge or triangle shaped pencil. I like the formula of this pencil because it's a drier texture, so it allows you to shade in your brows without laying down too much product. It's not too pigmented. It's almost the right level of pigment where it behaves as a powder, So it gives you that soft finish to the brows rather than like a harsh brow pencil. And I really like that. I feel like this is a pencil that I can add into my routine because I like to shade in my brows. So this can be my shading pencil, and then I'll go in with my definer just to create the crisp outline. But this shade actually works out. Again, it gives you a lighter, like powder-like finish. It's a drier texture, so it doesn't create too much creaminess or give you too much pigment right away. But it's not so dry that it tugs at your brow hairs, which you can run into that issue where brow pencils are so dry because they're trying to get that balance, you know, to give you the holding power. But then it ends up being too dry where it pulls out your brow hairs, and no one wants that, okay? We like to keep our brow hairs in place, and this one does a good job. I really like it. I do use a primer and a brow gel to make sure that it doesn't smudge or budge. It doesn't say it's waterproof, so I'm not gonna apply that claim to it, but it does a nice job. Is this like the ultimate brow pencil? Probably not, but I think it does a good job. And like I said, I like having it in my collection now so I can use it for just an everyday brow. The shades are limited again, but if you're able to find one that works for you, then I say it's definitely worth checking out. Then we're gonna move on to the cheek product, which is really a lip and cheek product. So this is the MVP, okay? Most versatile pigment. Okay, Miss Serena. It's a multifunction lip and cheek color. It is available in 8 different shades. They retail for $21 each and contain 0.15 fluid ounce or 4.5 milliliters of product. It says here, our versatile lip and cheek color provides buildable longwear color with a natural satin finish. The smudge resistant gel formula blends beautifully. Our truly unstoppable Hydra Complex delivers up to 72 hours of hydration. The MVP cheek colors were made in Italy as well and has an intended usage life of 12 months. And I was able to swatch all the shades in store, so I'm going to show you those swatches. I ended up with 3 of the shades from my personal collection, but let's show you what these shades all look like. We have Go, which is a muted mauve, Cross, which is a rose brown, Charge is a muted brick red, Push is a hot coral, Pull is a bright pink, Soar is a neutral pink, Advance is a plum berry, and Arrive is a rich rose. And I'll just blend those all out so you can see the shades. As you can see, we have neutral shades as well as bright poppy colors. And these are meant to be multifunctional, again, with the lips or the cheeks. And from the swatches, I'll tell you right now, those bolder shades do stain. But I did end up picking 3 of the shades for myself. I picked up Cross again, which is the rose brown. I wanted more of a neutral shade. I also picked up Push, which is a hot coral. And then I picked up the orange, which is Charge, the muted brick red. Blended out, these are stunning shades. They're more sheer, so if you use them on the lips, they're gonna be more of a gloss, like a tinted gloss. And then on the cheeks, they're gonna be just a satin color. And I'm going to apply the 2 colorful shades to my cheeks because Cross is kind of a muted nude, so it's not really going to show up on my cheeks. That's more of a lip tint color. And similar to the concealer, this one has a clear tube with a product label on the bottom with the shade name. And it has that chartreuse cap. The applicator is the same flat paddle applicator as the concealer. So I'm going to go in first with Push, which is the hot coral. This shade just, oh my god, it was so gorgeous in store. I had to pick it up, and I'm just gonna pop that directly on my cheeks. You can apply this to the back of your hand or to a palette and then pick it up with a brush or a sponge, or you can again apply it directly to your cheeks. I'm gonna blend this out with my Sydney Grace FO4 brush. This is just a synthetic round foundation type brush, but I love to use it for cream products. And I'm just gonna blend that product all over my cheeks, and it blends so easily. I was hoping that this wasn't overly pigmented, and I am glad to say it's not. So it blends easily on the cheeks. It blends out really well with this brush. You can also use your fingers if you choose, but I used the brush and it worked out really well. Then I'll go in with the charred shade, which is the muted orange, and I'm just gonna do the same thing. And when I initially applied this, I kind of got a sheer gap on my cheeks. It didn't quite cover everything, so I went in and applied a little bit more. I shook the bottle just to make sure everything was copacetic, and I let it dry down a little bit. Again, with liquid products, so concealers, liquid blushes, if you let them just sit a little bit, they will absorb some of that moisture and give you a little bit more opacity. And then I went in and blended this out. I still got the gap, which I feel like could be because of my application or just how my skin is. Sometimes I will get a gap from liquid cheek products because my skin is just misbehaving. It doesn't allow some products to cling in certain spots. So what I did instead was go back in now with the push shade and my sponge from Makeup Forever. This sponge has a silicone coated side, which you can use for cream products. It won't absorb the product, but it will help you blend it out. And I use that sponge to blend out the push shade, and it blended out really well. Again, it held on to more pigmentation because now I don't have a brush absorbing the product. It blended well. I could blend it out. It has this beautiful satin finish. It's not matte, but it's not too glowy. It's not as glowy as the foundation. And I think it looked really beautiful. If I'm honest with you, it looks stunning. So again, another winner from the line for me. But let me tell you, my face was looking shiny between the skin tint and the cheek color. I needed to set this down. So I just went in with a light dusting of my Kosas Cloud Set powder and set everything down. And what this also did was tame that blush color. And that's something that you can do. It's considered semi-underpainting, where you have a colored product under your complexion product. I didn't layer a foundation on top. Instead, I just put powder, which kind of tempered that bold color a little bit. And I think the overall result was stunning. This foundation sets down really well with a powder. So does the concealer, and so does the cheek product. So I was very, very happy with the result after powdering. Before, I was like, this is too much glow for me. But with the powder, stunning. I loved it so much. So now we're moving on to the eye products that are available in the line. We have a mascara. This is the Big Vision Lengthening and Defining Tubing Mascara. Retails for $19, which is not a bad price point at all. And it contains 0.3 fluid ounce of products or 9 milliliters, the typical size of a mascara. And the mascara tube, of course, is that bright chartreuse with the WYN logo on the side. And then on the bottom, we have the label again with the product information, size and details, and manufacturing information. The mascara has an intended usage life of 6 months as usual, and this one was made in Italy. And the mascara is available in only a single shade, okay, which is Focus Black, which is a rich black shade. And it says here, our award-winning tubing mascara coats eyelashes in tubing technology for maximum length and definition. The double arch brush ensures lashes are coated from root to tip in our flake-resistant and smudge-resistant formula for up to 24 hours. And let me tell you something, this is a fantastic mascara, and apparently it is a Real Simple Beauty Award winner for Best Mascara of 2024, which I don't know how you already won and 2024 is not over, but we'll give it to you because I really love this mascara. And I really love the wand on this mascara. It's unique in its design. It is a plastic bristle wand, but it has a flat side that you can use to apply the mascara to your lashes from root to tip. The bristles are shorter. And then on the other side, it has double arches that are curved that you can, again, get right into the roots of your lashes. And it coats the lashes so well. Oh my goodness. This is such a great formula. It coats the lashes, but it leaves them flexible so you can get multiple coats, right? So it's not just one coat and they're dry and stiff and then you can't apply more. You can keep applying. I kept applying this mascara over and over again because I wanted to see how much volume and length I could build up, because this is a tubing mascara. And I am not the biggest fan of tubing formulas. It's just not my vibe. but oh my goodness, this one built up so well. I just kept going, and the wand is soft and flexible. It doesn't irritate the lash line. It's not sharp or pokey, which again, something that I think about when I'm applying my mascara. I'm like, does this hurt? No, this one's comfortable. It applies well. It builds up so well. My lashes are richly black and volumized and lengthened, and there's even a curl. Even though they don't claim this is a curling mascara, I feel like there was added curl to my lashes, and I was just so impressed. There is water as the first ingredient, along with synthetic beeswax, which I feel like adds to that hold. There's jojoba esters as well as olive oil esters, which again add to the conditioning and softness of the formula. This is just a great formula. Oh my god, I love it so much. And you can see the results. I'm building this up, and it's just building and layering, and it looks so great. As far as applying to your lower lashes though, I don't think this wand is necessarily the best. I like to use a really thin, small wand on my lower lashes. You can get it done with this mascara, but I feel like the wand isn't the best for that. You can get some smudging, but look at my lashes, guys. I mean, come on. I don't have struggle lashes, but just look at the results that I was able to achieve. Love this mascara. All right, let's talk about the other eye products, which are a liquid liner and a pencil liner. Let's start out with the pencil liner. So this is the Glideline Longwear Eye Pencil. There's only a single shade available in Focus Black, just like the mascara. It contains 0.38 grams of product or 0.01 ounce, and it retails for $19. This says our pencil liner provides impactful, transfer-resistant color. Our Longwear eyeliner formula glides on smoothly without tugging. All-in-one liner includes a sponge tip applicator and a sharpener to create precise lines and smoky looks with ease. The Guideline pencil has an intended usage life of 24 months, and it was made in Germany. This one is, again, in chartreuse packaging, and it is a retractable pencil that you can use on the lash line or on your waterline. And it also has that rubber smudger on the end, which I think is kind of a throwaway. I didn't need this included. And the little rubber cap that you use for it is so prone to being lost, and I hate losing caps on products, so I really don't like that little smudger. But the pencil is a twist up. It's okay. The formula is okay. It glides on without tugging. It applies decently, but it's just okay because it's not richly pigmented at all. It is, in fact, one of my least favorite products from the line. I just don't think it's worth it. There's so many better black liners on the market that are at this price point or even cheaper from the drugstore. This one is just not stellar. It's kind of the throwaway product in the line if you ask me. Unless you're going for a very subtle black liner, this is not it. It's not really that great. The formula is fine. It's creamy. I'll give it that. But apart from that, it's just so-so. It really doesn't apply richly. It's okay. It's just okay. It's an adequate product. It's not a fail, but it's not stellar. And I feel like this one, you can definitely skip. Then we have the Glideline Waterproof Liquid Liner. Again, in Focus Black, it contains 0.55 milliliters of product or 0.02 ounce and retails for $21. This one says it's a waterproof eyeliner that draws powerfully pigmented black lines with an ultra-precise felt tip applicator for 24-hour waterproof, smudge-proof, and sweat-resistant wear. This quick-drying, carbon-free formula provides a semi-matte finish. This one is the only one that's not in full chartreuse packaging. It is a plastic liquid liner, but it's in black with chartreuse print of the product information and name on the pencil itself. This one has an intended usage life of 6 months, and it was made in France. And as the product detail says, it has a felt tip applicator. That is thin. It's not the thinnest I've ever seen, but it allows the product to glide on really easily and give you definition if you're going for a finer point. It is thicker though, so I don't think you're gonna get ultimate precision from this liner. I'm not a liquid liner person. I don't love doing a wing anymore, but this is signature Serena Williams, so of course she had to include a liquid liner. I feel like it could have been richer and blacker though. It's kind of semi-black almost. It's not like a carbon black. Well, it doesn't have carbon in it, so it's not gonna be a rich black, but It's a decent liquid liner. I won't kick it out of bed. I'll get use out of it. And it has a semi-matte finish. It's not a flat matte at all, but there's no shine to it. It's a product that I'll use if you're looking for a liquid liner. You wanted to try this one out. You like a felt tip liquid liner. It flows really well. It glides really well. It has enough punch and pigment to it, but it's just not my thing. It's not a bad product again, but it's just not my go-to. But of course, I'm glad to see that she has this liquid liner in her lineup because she is all about the winged liner. Now let's move on to the lip products. Let's start out with the No Words Needed Lip Serum. This retails for $18 and contains 3 milliliters of product or 0.101 fluid ounce. It is available in a single shade. This one has an intended usage life of 18 months and was also made in Italy. It says here, our lip serum helps hydrate lips for up to 24 hours. The lightweight, never sticky formula helps soften lips with a comfortable high shine finish. It is available in the single shade as I mentioned, and that shade is Engage, which is a translucent pink. The packaging is a clear kind of capsule, again, that pill-shaped packaging with a chartreuse cap, and on the bottom we have the black label with the product name, and it has one of those arrowhead doe foot applicators with the well in the center. And I'll tell you right now, this is probably my least favorite product of the line because it's just like a lip oil but not a hydrating serum. It doesn't sink into the lips. I didn't get any hydration from this. It felt like it just sat on my lips, never sank in, and that's why I don't like it. It says it's supposed to be hydrating, but I didn't get that from this lip product. It did not sink in, not one bit, and I wore it through the majority of the demonstration because I wanted to see if it sank in. It does give a shiny finish, so if you're just looking for shine from a lightweight product that's not sticky, because it's not sticky, it feels like a lip oil, like a genuine lip oil. It's oily, it's thin, but it doesn't give any hydration. I feel like it's just a so-so product. It didn't sink in, it didn't give any nourishment to my lips, and at the end of the day, I don't see the value in this product, especially when we have so many hydrating lip balms and lip oils on the market. This one just didn't hit the mark for me. So I can say skip this one, as well as that eye pencil. Those two products I can say are my least favorite from the line, and you can skip them. It just didn't do anything. You know, it looked cute, it was shiny, but it didn't do a damn thing. All right, moving on to the lipsticks. And there are two formulations in the lineup. We have a matte lipstick. This one is the Word of Mouth Matte Comfort Matte Lipstick. Retails for $20 and it contains 3.5 grams of product or 0.12 net ounce. It is available in 10 shades, and these lipsticks were made in Italy and have an intended usage life of 18 months. And it says here, our matte lipstick envelopes lips in bold color with a comfortable matte finish that delivers up to 24 hours of hydration. And on the box, it also goes on to say a full coverage velvet matte cream that blurs lips with a cushiony, flexible feel. And I was able to swatch all 10 shades in stores, so you will see them swatched out. We have an assortment of pinky shades, some deeper, richer browns. We have a purple because Serena loves purple. There's a bright fuchsia shade as well as an orange and of course a signature red. The packaging for the matte lipsticks is again this capsule chartreuse with the WYN logo and the label on the bottom with the shade name. Inside we have a black tube, and once you twist up the bullet you'll see that it has the W logo for WYN. I picked up Brave, which is a mauve brown. This one is like a mid-tone brown shade with warmer undertones. I really like this one. It's a beautiful 90s brown on my lips. I think it's a really comfortable formula. It glides on really well and it leaves a semi-matte finish to the lips without being drying. It doesn't dry down at all. It doesn't feel tight on the lips. It's really comfortable. I agree with that flexible formula description because it truly is flexible on the lips. And I don't know about the hydration, but I'm wearing it right now and it doesn't feel dry at all. Really comfortable formula. It's cushiony and the matte finish is stunning. I love this one. So let's move on to the shade that I am wearing right now, which is Greet. This one is described as a rich brown, and that's exactly what it is. It is a beautiful dark brown shade with a warmer, almost chocolatey undertone. And when I tell you I love this color, I swear to you, this is one of the best browns that I've tried. It is so chocolatey. It is so velvety. The finish makes it look that much better. It's like a chocolatey brownie. I love it. Oh my God, it's such a stunning shade. So the formula of these lipsticks, stellar. If you can find a shade that you really like, I definitely recommend this formula. Stunning formula. I hope she expands the range and adds more shades because this one is a winner to me. All right, the last up in the lineup is the Say Everything. Oh my God, the accent jumped out, right? Say Everything Max Intensity Featherweight Lipstick. Also available in 10 shades. It contains 1.7 grams of product or 0.06 ounce. Retails for $20 each. And this one was made in Italy with an intended usage life of 18 months. So this one says, our featherweight lipstick coats lips in impactful color that feels like you're wearing nothing at all. Our hydrating formula delivers full coverage color in a satin finish that sets beautifully and glides on with ease. I was able to swatch 9 of the shades in store. One was missing from the display that I had. But again, these are pinky shades. There are a couple of browns. There's an orange, a red, and that purple. So the shades are kind of similar in the two formulas. So if you're interested in a certain color, like just choose your formula. You don't need both. This packaging is a more slimline chartreuse tube, again with the WYN logo, and the product label on the bottom with manufacturing details, size and information, and shade number. So let's go ahead and start out with the lightest shade that I picked up. This one is described as a rosy nude. And again, this is a slimline lipstick, so it is more of a thin bullet and it applies really beautifully, glides on really well. This shade is truly a rosy nude. It is such a beautiful nude on my skin tone. I really love it. It's a lighter nude though. It's one of those ombre shades I will use as a mixer, as like the center shade in an ombre look. But it's so beautiful, and the finish, oh my God. So here's why I said you don't necessarily need both formulations, because to me they're both matte. This one is just a creamier matte, but it still looks mostly matte. It is a satin finish, but on me it just looks mostly matte, and that's how it applies. It's richly pigmented, stunning shade. I love it. And then of course, you know, I had to pick up the bright pink shade, which is Shout. This one is described as a magenta, and magenta it's so stunning. It's not a fully opaque shade, so it's not gonna blank out the lips. It does allow my lip color to shine through, but this is such a perfect summer shade. Like, look at this. And it doesn't look stark on my skin tone like some neon bright shades can. It just looks good. It's such a stunning pink. I'm gonna be so wearing this for the summer. It's bright, it's fun, it's stunning, it's comfortable. It looks so good. Oh my God, I love this shade so much. And then, of course, I had to pick up the orange. Like, why wouldn't I? So the orange shade is Ignite. It's described as a cayenne. I don't think it's really a cayenne shade. To me, it's a muted orange, and it's like the perfect orange for deeper skin tones. Again, I love when a brand has deeper skin tones in mind, because this is an orange that, again, is not stark. It doesn't look like Big Bird orange. When I say Big Bird orange, I mean his beak. His beak is orange, and that is not what it looks like on me. It is a stunning orange shade. It is muted, again, not too opaque, so it doesn't blank out your lips. It just looks good. It's a wearable orange. I think if you wanted to try orange, but you were skeptical because it's kind of an intense shade to wear, this is a great one to try out because it's definitely wearable. And then, of course, I'm gonna get the red because the red is signature. It is the shade Spark. It's described as a candy apple red, and that is exactly what it is. It is more of a blue-based red. It looks like a candy apple. It looks like a cherry lip. It's so pretty. Again, the opacity is not there. It's not gonna blank out the lips. But when I tell you, it looks so wearable. It looks so stunning. It's such a pretty red on my complexion. It makes my teeth look white. I absolutely love it. So as far as the lip colors go, I love the matte formula. I love the satin formula. I love both, and I love the shades that were launched. I think we want to see more shades added to the line, especially lighter shades for those of us that are not as melanated. I know we were focusing on richer skin tones, but I'm sure the lighter skin lovelies want to try this out. So hopefully she adds more colors to the range, because I am so excited about these two formulas. I really like them. So I want to see what else she has in store. Now, of course, you know I had to try out the multifunction lip and cheek color on the lips as well, because they're multifunctional. I'm meant to use them in both categories. However, let me tell you right now, these are not comfortable on the lips. I don't care what anybody says. If you don't like a stinging feeling, don't put these on, okay? I was all gung-ho about this. I was like, all right, let me put this on. I'm gonna try these out on the lips. I started out with the first shade, which is Cross. Girl, nope, it stung my lips. It had this burning, tingling feeling that I was not happy about. Oh God, no, it was burning, uncomfortable. But I mean, it's a cute little shade. It's a nude with a little bit of a warmer undertone. I'm gonna stick to the cheeks with this one, because no ma'am, could not tolerate the burn. Then I went in with Charge, which is the orangey shade, and I had a little bit of trouble with the tube. Oh my goodness. So the sifter came out in the cap. It's supposed to stay in the tube, and you're supposed to sift all that extra product off the applicator. No, it came out in the cap, and it was giving me a little bit of trouble to retwist it. So if you twist the cap back onto the tube, it should just go back into place. But it wasn't working, so just be mindful of that. And I found that is a flaw with this packaging, because in store when I was swatching, a couple of the tubes were like that, so you might run into that issue if you purchase this. But just be mindful that all you have to do is kind of screw the cap back on really tightly, push against it to push the sifter back, and then unscrew it. And I was able to do that with Charge afterwards, but I wanted to make sure that I mentioned that, because that was something that I ran into. Now, as far as it applies to the lips, it applies really well. It looks glossy. It looks beautiful. Like, it's a stunning formula. It looks great on the lips. It's just that it burns. It burns, and I don't like that at all. But the look of it, stunning. And it's tricky to make a lip and cheek formula that's gonna be good for both, but I feel like this formula is good in appearance for both, okay? The look of it is stunning, but how it feels on the lips is a different matter. It doesn't burn the cheeks, but on the lips, girl, it was burning. And I tried Push as well, which is the bright coral. Stunning. Like, these shades look stunning on the lips. And low-key, I'm upset that I won't be able to wear them on the lips, because I'm not dealing with that burning. The burning lingers for quite a long time, so I don't know what's in the formula that's burning my lips, but I don't appreciate it. I don't like it, but stunning shade. It looks beautiful, but not gonna take it. No, I can't do it. All right. So with that being said, let's wrap up with my final thoughts. And those are, this is a great line. Definitely check out these products in Ulta if you get a chance to see it in person. But I feel like you can blind buy the lip products, but not the complexion product, because I would recommend swatching this in store just to get your perfect match. Now, I don't know the full availability of this line across different stores, so you'll have to check your personal store to see if it's available, which is tricky. I don't like when we have limited products in stores, because if you need to swatch it, like, where are you gonna swatch it, right? And if you're not close to an Ulta, that makes it a little trickier as well. But I do think the skin tint is worth checking out if you're into that radiant finish. I think it's a beautiful formula. It's comfortable on the skin. I think it's rich in skincare products. It has that SPF 30, which again, you can layer with your regular SPF to get that added boost. I think it's a great product, but it's just not for me because I don't like the radiance. But I can make it work by setting it down with powder. It sets down beautifully without looking cakey, which is kind of what I expected from such a glowy finish, that when I set it down, it would look too glowy. No, it looks great with powder. So if you don't mind having to set your complexion product and having less of a wear time because it is so glowy, it's gonna get shiny throughout the day. I got about 3 hours of wear before I started getting shiny. So it's something that I have to maintain and keep up with throughout the day, which I don't want to do at all. I would prefer to use other complexion products that don't require that much maintenance. But I feel like if you have dry skin or normal skin and like that more radiant, dewy finish, this is gonna be great for you. It's comfortable, it's lightweight, it blends really beautifully. But be mindful of the shades. They do oxidize, but the oxidation is not later on, it's right away. So you can tell your skin tone match right away by swatching it. But just be mindful that it deepens up. So if you think you're a certain shade, go lighter than you think. Because I ended up being the lightest shade that I swatched out in my swatches. I really thought I was gonna be like 340. No, I'm a medium shade. So I really like it as far as how it applies, how it blends, how it looks, how it feels on the skin, like as far as being lightweight. But that finish, no ma'am, no, I don't like it at all. The concealer though, it's one of my go-to concealers now. I've been using it nonstop. I really like the shade match. I love the coverage. I love the finish. I love how it blends. I love how it looks. I really like it. And I think the price point is fantastic. As with the foundation, I think the Skin Tint has a great price point at $29. Like, come on, are you serious? $20 for this concealer? Stellar. Absolutely love the concealer. It's one of the top products from the line. And I think it's definitely worth checking out. Then we have the cheek and lip tints. Here's the thing. I think they're great cheek products. I think they're fantastic liquid blushes. They blend beautifully. They have really nice colors. And I love the bold shades. And they're easy to kind of tone down. They're bold, but they're not too intense. They blend out easily. And you can taper them with a little bit of foundation or powder. They set down really well. They look good on the skin. They're not dry matte. They have this slightly satin finish. It's not glowy. It looks good. I really love the cheek tints, but on the lips, no ma'am, they burn, uncomfortably burning. I don't like that, but if you can tolerate it, they're beautiful. They look good. Like, it's not about the appearance. It's not about how they even feel as far as being lightweight. They're not sticky. They're not thick, but they burn. And they burn over any lip products that I put on. It still burns. It still burns. So I don't love them for the lips, but I love them for the cheeks. And I would love to see more shades, but I feel like the shade range is quite flexible. We have lighter nude shades, but we have those bright poppy shades. And I think the formulation is sheer enough where they will work for lighter skin tones. Just use less product and blend it out. Stunning. So definitely thumbs up for the concealer and the cheek products. Not so much on the lips. All right, the eye products, the brow pencil, I do like. I just feel like it's not that impressive and the shade range isn't that great, but I'll definitely be using it. And if I use it up, I would consider repurchasing it because I do use that wedge style pencil to fill in my brows. And I think the shade actually works for me, dark brown. It's a little bit lighter. It gives that powdery finish and it looks good. It won't give me that definition, the precise lines, because it is that wedge shape. No matter what they say, it's not gonna give you brush-like strokes, but I do like the formula. I think it has the perfect consistency where it's not too stiff, not too dry, but it's not emollient. It applies well. It's just a good formula. So I do like the brow pencil. The pencil liner, skip. Completely skip that. It's not worth it. I mean, why are you spending $19 on a just okay eyeliner pencil when there's so many on the market that do better? No, that one you can skip. It wasn't pigmented. It glided fine. Like, it was cute. It was a cute little situation, but it was just adequate, you know? And I don't think you need to go out of your way to get that one. The liquid liner as well was okay. It was good. It's a cute little liquid liner. It's a nice semi-matte finish. It's not too richly black. So I feel like it's an okay formula as well. It glides really well. It's pigmented enough. The applicator is thin enough to get a decent line. But I don't wear a liquid liner. I will use it over my lash band, but it's not something that, again, I would go out of my way to get. But if it's something that you were interested in trying out, I don't think you would be disappointed, but it's just another liquid liner. you know, nothing to write home about. The lip products, the serum, what a waste. Don't even bother. It's not hydrating. I thought it was gonna be hydrating, but it's almost like a dry oil on the lips. It's like a lip oil, yes, because it's like shiny and it's thin and it's lightweight, but it doesn't absorb. It feels like a dry oil. It's lightweight and it gives you a shine. If that's what you're looking for, sure. But if you're looking for hydration, no. So I'll use it to give a shine, but I'm not going to get hydration from it. So it's just like, oh, why do I have it? You know, not that stellar, but it's okay, you know. But this one, I think you can skip. So between this and the eyeliner pencil, skip those two. But don't skip the mascara. The mascara and the concealer, my top two. The mascara is so good. If you're looking for a tube-in formula, this formula, volume, length, curl, listen, hold. It doesn't flake, it doesn't smudge. I didn't get any flaking. And with a tube-in formula, it removes easily. Easily. Water, flakes off. That's it. Done. 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 I love it. And the applicator is so interesting. It's a different style wand, and it allows you to get right up on the lash line, and it's not uncomfortable and sharp and like spiky. It doesn't poke the lash line. Oh my god, I love it so much. I love the mascara. One of the best products that I tried from the line. Between that and the concealer, I'm like, chef's kiss, amazing. Love the mascara. The lip products, carrying on with those. The matte lipstick. Hello. Hello, I love this. I love this matte lipstick. This is the shade Greet from the matte line. I love it so much. It's so comfortable. First of all, it's so comfortable. It's not on my teeth. Glided on. Pigmentation. It's on there. Oh my god. Love this formula. I can't wait to see what other shades she has because chef's kiss again. As far as the satin formula, also chef's kiss. It dries down mostly matte. It's not as matte and velvety as the matte formula, but that one also really beautiful. The shades aren't opaque necessarily, but the colors. What? That orange, the fuchsia. I'm going to be out here in the summer with those lips because they're lightweight, comfortable, and they're beautiful without being too intense. And you know what I mean by too intense, where they blank out your lips, they look like paint. These look softer almost. Even though they're bold colors, they look softer, more wearable, and I love that. So these two lip formulas, A+. I think the lip formula is excellent except for the serum. Don't even do the serum. Don't do that. So I'm looking forward to what else WYN Beauty has in store. Serena, bring it, girl. What else do you have for us? I want to see lip pencils to go with your lip colors. I want to see an expansion on the lip range. I want to see more colors because this formula, I'm telling you, is so good. And the mascara, like, keep it up. Keep it up. Redo those eyeliner pencils because that's not it. That's not it. Redo this lip serum because no. And I want to see another complexion product that's more natural matte because that glow, But I feel like the formulation is good. Like, I see the vision and I want to see it in a more matte formula. So I want to see that. Overall, I'm really excited for this brand. I haven't really been excited about a celebrity brand, but this one, I just love it. And I want to see Serena Williams win. Literally, WYN Beauty. I want to see her win because she is a Black celebrity. She's known for her bold expression, from her outfits to her makeup. So I know the passion is there. And I love that she is considering deeper skin tones. We need to see that in the marketplace. We already know that there are brands that focus on the other side of the spectrum and don't look into the deeper tones until after. We're an afterthought. I love that we're the focus first and then we include everyone else. And it's kind of sad to say that Black women have to bear that burden of being the inclusive brand, of thinking about Black people, yes, but then including everyone else as well, because we want everyone to feel welcome and seen. Other brands are like, yeah, let's do the fair and light shades and then we'll think about the darker shades after. We don't care that much until there's an outrage. And then we have the PR announcement that we're expanding our shade range, you know? So I want to see this brand win. I want to see Serena Williams win. I am rooting for everybody Black, and I'm happy to say that the majority of the products are winners. So no pun intended, or maybe pun intended, but I think this brand hit it out the park. Not quite baseball, right? But I think this is a stellar launch from Serena, and I can't wait to see what else she has in store. I will leave a list of all the products mentioned, demonstrated, and tried in this video down below in the description box, along with links on where you can pick them up. Those links will be affiliate links, which means I will get a small sales commission if you make a purchase through those links. Doesn't change the sale price, it just gives me a kickback for you using my links. I also have YouTube shopping links that work the same way to give me a kickback for you just using the links. I have YouTube thanks, YouTube memberships, which operate as a tip jar if you wanted to give back to the channel. I put that all back into the content, so I really appreciate your support. I also have affiliate discount codes down below that also contribute to the content, so thank you so much for supporting the channel. And I will also leave links to my Instagram and Twitter where you can follow me along. And until my next video, which will be very soon, I'll talk to you. Bye, guys.